Holy time machine, Batman. Welcome back to 1989. This thing is absolutely, beyond the shadow of a doubt, the nicest 89 CR500 we've ever had here through the museum. This one is 100% original, except for a few small items. The tires were replaced because the original ones were, well, over 30 years old. In the rear fender. And the story is, and the reason why this bike is brand new, is the first time the guy took this out. We've heard the story 100 times before. Loop Out Larry can show you. He went out on his lawn, second gear, cracked the throttle, didn't realize what he was getting into, flipped it over, and bent up the rear fender. I have the original fender here somewhere. You could see it was all like white from and bent up a little bit from being crunkled up. Thank God he didn't mess up the original exhaust, didn't bend the subframe, nothing else. It was just a second gear loop on the lawn. When it was brand new, he put the bike in his garage, and the bike sat there for 30 years. Literally, absolutely a time capsule. This bike has the original factory shrouds on it. Look at the gas tank. Look up close on this thing. This thing's never been on a racetrack, never had any greasy, muddy knees scratching it. The gas cap, the seat cover, everything's original on this bike. The handlebars are original, guys, okay? The levers are original. The front fender is the original fender. In fact, the guys put a new fender on it, and I came into the detail shop like, what are you doing? I said to Kyle, I said, what are you doing? Put the fender back on there, man. He goes, well, it's got a couple small scratches. I said, I don't care. This is it. You can buy a new fender for 30 bucks, but you can't replace the original. This is the original 1989 front fender. The original, it's a Honda OEM front number plate. In fact, the side panels are original. They're not perfect. The previous owner had painted them at some point, but I was like, leave them alone, man. Leave it alone. Look at the swing arm on this thing. Just beautiful. The exhaust system, there's something about the original. I can tell you straight up, we tested on the dyno. We spent over a week dyno testing pretty much every combination known to God here at the Kaplan Cycle shop of the CR500. This pipe produces more power down low than any other pipe. Some of the other pipes will give you a horsepower or two more up top, but this is the best torque and mid-range pipe, and that's what you want on a 500. See how long that exhaust system is on it, the stock baffle on it? You can just come up the driveway, second, third, just roll the throttle on, and it'll wheelie all the way up the driveway. This is original sprocket. This bike is all original.
Guys, I'm going to put a photo up on the screen right now. I took a picture of the flywheel and stator, and it's like it's out of the freaking box. Wizard had the cover off this morning.
Yeah, Wizard, when he said this, he goes, this bike's brand new. And when he had the cover off the stator, he called off the ignition cover. He called us down. He goes, "You got to see this thing." And it looked like it just came out of the box. The inside of the electronics, they're all rusty and crusty, and they've been power washed to oblivion. And this is absolutely a brand new motorcycle. The air filter is a brand new air filter. The oil is new. All the fluids are new. The radiator, the coolant, the gear lube. The fuel is T2 fuel. The original petcock is in mint shape. The carburetor looks to be brand new. Not a single. It's just absolutely freaking pristine. This is the nicest original one I've seen yet. Check this out, man. Look at this. Look at the original. Look at the original shock guard on this thing. They're usually all chewed up on this side from the chain getting worn out and slapping into it. There's not a single nick on the shock guard. The muffler is beautiful. The spokes, the wheels, the hub, the disc brake, everything looks to be in new condition. There's no wear. This is the original factory sticker that started peeling off right here. And I told the guys, just leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's leave it original. They did paint the sides of the frame rail here where the boots had scuffed it off. I told Ronnie, I said, make it a magazine piece. Take your time. And they sanded it down properly, primed it, and painted the side of the frame rails. Just a beautiful. You're not going to find a nicer 89 anywhere on the planet. It's just a beautiful piece. The original exhaust system is in beautiful condition. Take a look at the frame rails. The frame rails are in beautiful shape. They're usually all flattened and dented and smashed. The original pegs are in excellent shape. The original brake lever's in excellent shape. Just a beautiful survivor. There are a lot of frame-off restorations out there. We've seen a bunch of them. We've done a bunch here, but they're only original once, man. Oh, hey, Wizard pointed this out too. Check this out. See this little bracket right here? On the original stock muffler, you won't see that anywhere. It has something to do with the factory crate when they come in the crate. he explained to me what that was. I forget what it was. This you can take this off, but this is part of the original packaging material when it comes from Honda. Did you know that?
No, I didn't even notice it until you said something just then. I've never seen that in my life.
It's pretty cool, huh? And then check out this side of the frame rail right here. Absolutely pristine. Bottom of the motor is pristine. The cylinder has never been off the bike. You can see the cylinder. There's no evidence of any tampering with the motor. The motor looks to be in brand new condition. It runs like a brand new bike. Like I said, less than 2 hours ride time since new. And oh, I almost forgot to mention. Come around this side. The bike sat for 30 years with the stock antifreeze in it. So the water pump had decay inside of it. This is a brand new NOS Honda. This whole side of the engine cover right here is brand new because the water pump, I mentioned that in my last video on the Yamahas, are notorious for rotting. That's a brand new water pump impeller, brand new everything, brand new hoses, new coolant. Everything underneath here is brand new. That's one of the weak links on the vintage liquid cool bikes, is if they sat for a while, you'll have an issue in there. That's been taken care of.
Old corrosive coolant, the modern coolant fixes that issue.
Hey, man, I know your camera doesn't zoom in very well, like mine does, but I gotta have you focus on the back of this radiator, man. Can you get in and show them how straight those fins are? Can they see that on your? Trust me when I tell you, because I know Junior's got the camera doesn't focus that well up close, but those fins, they're not bent. Usually when they're power washed, they get all flattened and messed up, and there's no take a look at the front of the radiators here. The fins are absolutely perfect on the radiators. The radiators are as straight as the day they came out of the Honda factory. Probably the nicest set of radiators I've seen on an 89 since 89. So I
photos of the radiators in the gallery. Check it out.
Okay, I could keep on going, but I think you get the idea. Original handlebars, original levers, just a pristine original CR500 that has been massaged to perfection by, I would have to say at this point, we are probably the foremost CR500 experts for steel frames in the world now. Nobody's done more of these than us. Nobody's sold more than these than us. Nobody's ridden them longer than me, okay? I'm not bragging, but I've been riding these since 86. Unless you had one in 85. And I still race them. I won the New England Vet Regional Championship on a 97 CR500 against the 2021s. These bikes are still competitive. Junior proved, the videos online, 4.1 million views. He won against new 2021 450s, an amateur race on a bone stock 89 CR500. Bone stock motor. Had suspension work done, but his motor was bone stock, original porting, original stock piston. It did have a pipe on it and a reed valve, but that was it. These can win against new bikes, hands down, no question. Can you zoom in on some of the hardware here? Even the fluid, obviously the brake fluid was changed too, but look at nothing's stripped out, nothing's all the paint. That's original, freaking beautiful, man. When this rolled off the trailer, Kenny's like, "Pops, can we keep it?" And I was like, "Well, I wish we could, but we just put a new race motor in his bike, rebuilt my motor. We got a full Millar Race Engineering engine in his bike. We've got a lot of money tied up in our bike, so this one's going up for sale. It's not going to be cheap, but it'll be worth every penny, and it's only going up in value. They don't make them like they used to, I'll tell you that. And if you find a nicer looking original CR500 than this, well, you're not going to. But if you did, buy it, because it's a kick-ass machine. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Thanks for watching. As always, God bless America. Hey, man, one other thing. This thing was stone cold in the showroom. I did my typical ritual. I turned the gas on, leaned it over till it dribbled out. I forgot to put it in second gear and rock it back and forth. I normally do that. I didn't do that this time. I just pulled the choke lever and kicked it. It started first, kicked, and ran beautifully. It's trust me, that's part and parcel of everything in the ignition looking brand new. There's no issues with this bike. It's a fucking dime piece.